So, you know, I need to cut something. If I've got the right material, there's my cutting tool. I skin the rabbit, I cut the basketry, whatever I'm doing, and I discard it. And we see a lot of that archaeologically. So one of the points I make as an archaeologist is that you can tell a lot about what's going on and what's being made from the debris, which we call debitage. Some of these are pieces that I will salvage and use. That's a good blank for making arrowheads, for instance. Some of these are just little bits of rubbish that well, it's got a sharp edge that you can use a bit, but it's not something I'm going to take much care with. So I'm doing what we call hard hammer direct percussion. In other words, I'm working with a hammer stone on another piece of stone, and it's a slightly intellectual exercise. Just as when you're cutting stone, you've got to find the right patterns and so on. Well, the best stone is homogeneous. It'll fracture in any direction. You don't want lumps or big crystals or planes like slate and so on. It has to be glassy and has to fracture in any direction. And the piece we strike off is the flake. The piece you strike is the core. And if you look on where I struck it, there's frequently, the place we strike is called the platform. I'm going to give you just a tiny little bit of archaeological stone jargon here. And underneath it is there's a crushed spot where the hammerstone contacted that, and underneath that is a bulb of percussion, which is a distorted form of the cone. And then sometimes on these flakes you can see ripples because the fracture moves through the rock, sort of like ripples in water. It's more complicated than that, but that's close enough. And let's see, we've already talked about how sharp these are. They really are very, very sharp if you're using obsidian. I don't do this in the morning when I'm feeling tired. And I've butchered animals. I've done a lot of experiments with penetration of projectiles and things like that. And stone tools are really good tools. You can do pretty much anything with a stone tool.
Oh wow!
It's good and sharp.